So cryptocurrency ventures are failing because basically cryptocurrency is basically a veil. It's a veil over actual gold currency or currency that's based on resources that come from the actual earth or the ground on the planet that we're on. On this planet, we basically live where, you know what I'm saying, certain things you can use, food, certain technologies require certain metals, cobalt, gold, uranium, just blowing up shit. But the reality is that gold is a resource meant to conduct electricity. But whoever wants the gold, they're thinking larger than just this planet. They're thinking interplanetary in terms of vehicles that can be powered off of gold conducting or gold conducting energy to fuel high-powered vehicles like maybe the old Hindu Vimanas, flying ships, things like that nature. You know what I'm saying? So basically what it boils down to is that we're getting to a point where I realize that the cryptocurrency, like I say, is just a veil. And a lot of those cryptocurrency, you know, FaCe companies, or, you know, these companies that are just basically a front for, you know, it's management. It manages people's hopes and ideals. And basically, even if we do get cryptocurrency, the big thing with that is like who can have a good idea? You gotta have ideas. Like Rob Kids, like I said, you gotta have a good idea. You gotta have an idea that works to the extent to where you believe in it enough to take the risk. It's almost like saying that if I'm the bank, I'll give you money to sell drugs, but I'm not gonna touch the drugs. You taking the risk. But if the risk yields and produces what, you know, more than what we invested in you or allowed you to, you know what I'm saying, get loans you, and put, if it yields more than what we put into it and brings us back some for you and us, you know what I'm saying, then we'll go with it. So that's why Robert Key was like I was saying, like, get into debt. Get in debt. Because when you get into debt, that means that you can actually refinance debt for as much as you started, you know what I'm saying? And they're accountants. I hate to say it, but they're OCD. They're obsessive compulsive disorder. They like counting things. And people, when the economy is stagnant and still the way it is, they go into the office and just sit there and do nothing. They go over the same old information, which basically says that our economy is failing and falling and there's nobody's doing shit. And they have money and it's not fun when you play Monopoly and you're the only one that has money. So they love when a person comes back in and tries to get themselves on the board and tries to put other people into the game, like saying that if I'm a bank lender, I'll lend to another person who has the idea of being a lender company. And then they'll have people under them that want to borrow money from them. And then those people who just borrowed money from the lender who was lending money from the bank, it's just like a pyramid Ponzi scheme, really, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like on that movie Battlefield Earth with John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker, where he's like basically it's leverage. But see, everybody squeezing the same damn, it's like how much goddamn water or milk, how much water can you squeeze out of a goddamn rock? You know what I'm saying? You know, the whole point is like saying that this shit is dry, it's done. When they came to Earth on Battlefield Earth, they came for the gold. And so the motivation is like saying, well, the motivation is the motivation, like saying that what can we give these people to keep them working? If no one wants to work and get these nothings, because they're paying people nothing, dollars are useless. I mean, at this point in time, based on what Robert Kids, like I said, you know, if you're not getting paid in gold units, because basically our government is allowing us to operate up under it, but it has to trade on the gold scale, or somebody has to do something real strange for some change, like saying that, I hate to say it, but it might be a governor or a vice president of any state, of any country. You know, they might have to, you know, have some kind of funky little sex ritual with some other, you know, premier or something from a different country just to keep their cut, like saying, I'll do this for you. Should be like, damn it, my people need gas. I'll do this for you one more time to make sure the gas and the food keeps coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's freaky. It's like, you know, we watch TV and we see this shit like, yeah, they're all fucking like, you know, they're like formally just like, you know, yeah, everybody's professional. Man, these motherfuckers is freaks. And when it boils down to it, the more odd shit gets, the more they're getting into like, you know, they'll do anything to keep things running and have that power that comes with their whatever quote unquote office that they hold, political office that they hold. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm really more under the impression that they'll be. I think Gemini was one of the companies where the two twin dudes. You know, they're failing. They're cutting 10% of their employee. You know, of their employees. And so that means that basically, like I say, we would never hear about this if my man Ron had told me. But what it boils down to me is that these people are just trying to keep this. They're trying to keep hope alive. You know, in the money that keeps this country running. And once this country's monetary system fails, then if a foreign country offers us a better deal, then they don't have to invade us. We'll just take a better deal because we need food, water, clothes, shelter, things. You know what I'm saying? We'll just take it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll accept it. Like I was saying, I have no problem with China. I mean, because I'm just saying, I mean, personally, I really, I don't want to change things, but hey, I'm a Taurus. Who wants to change? But, I'm not a person that changes a lot. But if that's what's feasible, you know what I'm saying, in order to, to continue living according to a certain standard of decency, and so be it. You know what I'm saying? Why not, right? I mean, I know y'all feel the same way. If you've even taken time to even ponder, things like this, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna change nothing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna change nothing. I'll just go so far as to say that, you know what I'm saying, I feel like this shit about to fall apart. And Robert Kiyosaki spoke 5 months ago. I think he said there's gonna be a big crash in March, and so it is. And that crash was cryptocurrency investments, because it's not holding no weight. Cryptocurrency is only gonna be as strong as whoever you can convince to buy into it. It's like the American dollar. It only works from hand to hand. Whoever you're trading and buying, selling, trading with, it only works as much as whoever believes in it. The shit is not international. Like saying, like, we don't make goods here. So at the end of the day, this shit got to come from like cross seas, and people cross seas are not accepting dollars. So people are hustling, like saying that, well, the government subsidizes me just a little bit to get some of this shit to come in as an import. And then they start breaking it down. Like, pretty soon you'll be able to, like, what do you call it? Haggling. You'll be able to haggle some shit down. Like, you go in the store and just buy some shit. It's like, permanent price. No, you'll be able to haggle shit, because they'll be like, yo, you got a whole, like, yo, you can tell the department store, you got a whole load of these, perishables. See what I'm saying? More perishables can easily be haggled, or they'll take losses. And I ain't gonna lie, I mean, me personally, I feel like, yo, if I was somewhere and I don't really eat the shit, I'm like, yo, let it perish. But in the end, it really collects. It all counts. You know what I'm saying? It all counts. So I would be like, yo, I'll haggle you down on these damn, on these fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? If you, give me these fruits and vegetables at this price, I'll take this shit off your hand, and you'll make a profit, versus you keeping this shit, nobody buys it, it spoils, and you make no profit. See what I'm saying? Peace.